Okay, so what we're going to show you in this video is how to install an LTU DVD drive motherboard. This is an original Team Executor LTU PCB. Now there is LTU 2 out there now, but this is an old LTU PCB for this, and it's for the LiteOn DG-16D5S, which I know is inside here. This is a JTAG, we've done that, or RGH if you like, and the only way to install this and to get the DVD drive key is to do an RGH, but like I just said, we've already done that, so we've already got the files that would be required to do this. This has been an absolute pain. I used to repair these things for about 15 years, and remembering how to do this has drove me potty. I can't believe the things that I've forgotten, but I'll show you later on in the video how we went on with that. So I'm going to get this stripped down now, so the next time you see me it'll be all pulled out to bits. I'm going to pull my laptop out and plug it all back up with all the equipment that we need to be able to dump and reflash the firmware onto this LTU PCB. Okay, so what we first need to do after you've done the RGH is we need to get the files that we need. Okay, so if you've got JRunner open and you've put your NAND in, yeah, and you've got your CPU key in there, so that's all opened up, all you need to do is click extract files. So when you extract all them files, you'll get a load of these files from it. So you'll have a CR bin, this bin, that bin, key bin, KV bins, etc. and stuff like that all the way down there. I've just moved the LTU firmware and the LTU 2 firmware in there because I was unsure at the time, but these are my already extracted files. So the only two files that we're going to be interested in here, or three really, is we're going to be using this one down here, which is the LTU 1157. That's sort of a firmware bin, but we still need to get data for that. We're also going to need the key.bin and the C-R bin. I believe that the C-R bin is for checking inside the system. You know, it does its checks for make sure that the disks are correct and things like that. There is a little bit more info that we need to get off the disk drive, but I'm going to show you how to get that in a minute. Right, so now we know we've got all those files. We've done that, we've extracted all that lot. We don't need his JRunner anymore because we've done, so we can get rid of that. What we want now is Jungle Flasher. I'm going to show you all the equipment that you need to do this now. So this is Jungle Flasher, and this is the software that you're going to be using. I can't do it just yet. Well, I can, but there's some more things that I need to do first to be able to show you how to do this. So, what we need, the X360 USB Pro. These are quite expensive now to be able to try and get a hold of these. You can do it with other things, but this is what I've got from my old kit. You're going to need a SATA cable and a USB cable for it. You're going to need your power cable to go into your drive. And you're going to need some way of form of powering it via the SATA connection. Now what I bought years ago, because I wanted to do these mobile, is I bought this little battery pack. And this little battery pack has an on-off switch as well. I'll get to that. So I've got an extension, got that inside there. When I was doing this other night, this power connector inside it broke off, so I've ended up having to strip this and rebuild it and resolder it back together. But you know, this is over years and years and years of usage and stuff that's been dumped, not dumped, but dumped in a box out of way for a lot of years. So what we need to do is get some data off here in Jungle Flasher first, as well as build our firmware up. So what I'm going to do now is just do that, and let's see if we can get this built up. You might notice that the drive drawer is open. There's a reason for that. The drive drawer wants to be open so you can get the case apart. So I've already done this. So what I'm going to do is get the PCB out of here, which is my old PCB. And we need to power this up now. So I'm going to put that in there. And get a SATA cable. Put a SATA cable in it. I don't need, that needs to go into the 360 USB. It's going to end up like a spider's web in a minute. Come on, get in the hole. That's what she said. Okay, so that's in there now, pretending that it's in here. We need to give that some power. So we can power that up. And we need our USB cable plugged in to our laptop. There is another thing that you need to be aware of as well. You can't just use Jungle Flasher, you need to disable driver signing, which is an absolute pain in the backside on Windows 10. So this little laptop, I have Windows 7 installed, so that's why, you know. Okay, so we've got us XUSB Pro, we've got us battery pack power, so we can power that USB Pro up now. So we should be able to get us data off that board. So let's go back over to Jungle Flasher. You can see that it's got the X360 USB Pro there. It has to be the version 0.20 and this is our original drive. So we've got to build this firmware. So we're going to go back to firmware tools. We're going to do open target firmware, and we need to go find our firmware that we're going to use now, which is on desktop somewhere. Where is it? In there. So we want to pick our LTU 117.bin. So we're going to get that. As you can see, the drive key is not there at anything or all yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click anywhere in this area around here, because it's invisible and it would have been nice for a button to appear down here, but hey ho. So we just right click there and key stroke CR. So we select as key bin. So that's his key bin there, look, that we extracted out from Jungle Flasher. And we need a CR bin, that one. And we open that. And as soon as I click OK, if you can read down at the bottom down here, I'll try and change it so you can read it a bit easier. It's going, you'll see it, it'll go reading off disk, getting data from RAM. So it's a nice little thing just to have it all there, everything squeaky clean. You don't need it, you just need the key and the CR bin on an RGH. You don't have to worry about anything else really, but it's just nice to get all that information and keep that information so it's all good and original. So we'll OK that, and you'll see down here all the writing work that comes up. So OK, grabbing RAM data, all done dusted. So now it's going to ask me to save that firmware, which I've already done and it's here. So we don't need that to save that. I don't, because I've already done it. We could just click on it there like that and click save, and we'll overwrite it, and then it automatically preloads into here. Right, this is where it gets fun, and I'm going to go back to showing you the disk drive. So as you can see, this is the LTU board. Now I were having problems getting this to go into vendor mode for us to be able to write this, and I was looking online and I was told that if there is no switch up here, it's a fake. If there's a hologram sticker on it, it's a fake. Hologram sticker's on the other side, can't show you now. But that's not true. They did come with some switches on, but this is a genuine LTU. You know, I'm not right bothered. Some people hide this, look. But if you look on the back there, that's serial number. This was sealed. This was directly from Team Executor when I bought this, probably about 13-14 years ago. So I know it's a genuine one. Okay, so I've watched a lot of videos about these because I could not get it to go into vendor mode. So I was told, I've watched Mr. Mario, he was doing one, and he said I had to write this and do that, and nothing worked for him. And he struggled and struggled and struggled with it. I had a similar experience where I struggled with it, trying to get it to go into vendor mode. Would it happen? No, it wouldn't. I just kept changing from 80 to 51 or something like that. I'll show you. I'll do it and just show you what it actually does. So let's plug this in. So if you just bear with me, I'm going to try and move you so you can see the laptop as well as me switching this on and off. So okay, we're back to Jungle Flasher. So normally to get these drives, I wanted to try and get it in shot for you to show you me switching it on and off, but it's difficult. I've not got a lot of room and it's hard for me to be able to capture both. But I'll show you, and you should be able to see it anyway, changing its status. So what we needed to do, and what everything said on the internet is to come into MTK Flash. We can see his drive here. Now, everything what will make you think to do is to select Slim 1 or Slim 2. And then you can intro the device. So, no, you don't do that. You select Fat, is what it says. So, we're going to do that select intro now, which should be just pretty much straightforward. So let's click that, and then it'll flash up and it'll say you must power the drive off and back on within a second. So I'll intro the drive device. There you go. If you wish to send it, then you need to switch it back on and that's in a second. So if you notice under here, look, we had it selected on Fat. It's jumped to Slim 2. I can't get it to stay on Fat, so it kept jumping to Slim 2. So that were another problem that I was having and struggling with it. So we'll send that anyway. So that's now sending it across to vendor mode. If you look up here at status 51, we want status 72. So if I switch it off and switch it back on again within that second, you should see it go to 80 and back to 51. 80, back to 51. So I could not get it to go to 72 at all, period. I struggled and struggled and struggled. Some people said, right, what you need to do is do LiteOn erase first. So I tried that and it still wouldn't intro. So we were having great problems trying to get this device to intro. So what I'm going to show you now is what I found. I scratched my head. I tried and tried and tried to think what the hell I was doing wrong. And I sat and I just watched a few more YouTube videos, and then I come across one YouTube video. I can't remember his name. If it comes back to me, I'll put it in the description. It was about 14 years old was this video for the LTU, and he showed him unboxing this proper LTU board straight out from Team Executor, just like my own. I could see on the video that it didn't have the switch on the board. It did have the hologram sticker on the board, so I thought, right, this is good, this. And what he did is he said what you need to do is put the 0800 disc in it. So the 0800 disc is also known as the activate.iso, which if you look at the top of here, there used to be a link you could click on. This link's dead now. This advert, it's an old advert, but you can see the price of how much these USB X360 USB Pros and stuff used to be. This is just a standard one, not the Pro. So you can imagine what the Pro cost was. I've obviously got both of them from back in the day, but they are quite a lot of money now. So they can't really do a great deal with that. So what the video told me to do is put it back together. Put the whole disk drive back together. This is what the video said. So I thought, right, okay, so what I was doing previously is I just had the board. I didn't install it in there. I was trying to flash the board first before stripping it down and putting it in. But unfortunately, with these, you can't do it that way. You have to install it. So what it said do is you install it, let's eject it, and you put the activate.iso disc in it. and wait about 20 seconds. So I'm going to do that now. So as 20 seconds has passed, I've got you back onto Jungle Flasher again. And what it said to do is, when you've got that and you've done that, just simply click intro device with the disk in. It's already on Slim 2, look. So let's intro that device and hopefully it should go straight in. Intro. Boom. Straight in. So now you can see that we're now in vendor mode. And the serial flash has gone up to 72. And Wimborne, everything's up here. So that's all done, finished and over. So what we can do now is we can go back to his firmware tool 32, where this is. Just check everything, make sure everything's okay. We're good to go on that, aren't we? So that's fine. So I'm going to flash this drive again, and then I'm going to build it up and I'll show you it working. So we'll go back to his MTK flash, because we're already in here. This over here, this is the lock part. So if you wanted to lock the drive down afterwards, you can lock it down. That used to be for another security check on Xbox Live. But we're putting this into an RGH, so we don't particularly need to lock a drive anymore. So we've got his firmware in. We're in vendor mode. All we need to do is click right. Click right. And you can see down there, that is fast as that. He's back right in 4 banks. Once that's complete, you've done. So we've written our hack firmware to our new LTU board. So what you would do at this point now that's all done, they do recommend that you outro the device twice. So if I outro it, and we'll outro again. So this would be the point now where you would lock that drive if you wanted to. I'll show you. Let's see if it'll do it straight away. I don't think it will, because we've outroed the device and it's clean, it's fresh inside it. So it might not, but it might do. If not, all I need to do is eject it and let it go back in again for 20 seconds. So let's see if it does. So we've outroed it, we've got it there, we've confirmed everything down here. Don't worry about DVD tray not found. It always says that. Forget about it. So intro device. And it will fail. It's telling me to switch it on and off for a second now, look. That's because it's not read the disk. So we'll say no. We'll eject the disk. We'll switch the drive off. Switch the drive back on again just to clear it out. Refresh that I/O port. So we're still good, we've still got LiteOn. We'll put the disk back in. Just wait for 20 seconds. Okay, I think we'll be good there. So then you would intro the device again. And bang, straight back in again. Then you'd lock it, then you'd do outro. So that's only if you were doing this and using it on Xbox Live with backup games. But pretty much Xbox Live is fading out now for the 360. So I don't think we need to bother, and we don't need to bother because it's going in an RGH. And now I'm going to build it all back up again into the Xbox, and we're going to see whether it'll run some backup games. So, okay. We're not going to get sound out because I haven't got sound plugged in. I've only got the composite video plugged into this little telly, so it's a bit difficult for you to get sound, but it's going to show you anyway. So let's switch it on and give it a try, and let's see if it'll run a game. Well, that's a good sound and a good start. Yay! So we're still booting. This is going to go into the RGH Aurora dashboard, but we're going to skip out of that and go back into the original dash. I think what I should do first is take the hard drive out, because I have this game on the hard drive, so if I try and run it, it's going to read off the hard drive. So I'm just going to quickly do that. That's better. It won't affect anything now, and everything will run straight off the disk drive rather than going off the hard drive. And it should go straight to Xbox Dash as well. Should have done that in first place, really, shouldn't I? Duh. But hey ho. So, eject. This is Call of Duty World at War modded, and I wrote this disc, God knows, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that. So, will it read? Fingers crossed. You see top left, You should know where it comes up. Just up at that top left up there. It should come up with the name. Normally if it were bad it would just say play game, and it wouldn't. But it should bring a picture up, which it has done, so we're looking good. So press A on that, and it should start the game up. Yep, I can hear it loading straight from the disk drive. So winner, we've done it. We've got his LTU PCB into our LiteOn DG-16D5S. Just like that. All you needed is the activation disc for this type of board. I am getting an LTU 2 board coming as well, so if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know in the comments. If you'd like me to do any other videos to do with drive flashing, i.e. the Samsung drive, the Hitachi drive, original, the BenQ, the other LiteOn versions, the LiteOn, is it a LiteOn? LiteOn 16D5S drive, where some of them can be done simply by cutting a trace, and some of them you have to do the kamikaze hack to be able to do that. So if you're interested in this stuff and you want me to do some more videos showing you how to go ahead and do these things, drop me a comment, won't you? And if you haven't done by now, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for all up and coming videos, and don't forget, we're now in Discord, and everybody is welcome to come into Discord and join. We have got things for selling in there. There is a lot more of the YouTube repairers in there. Captain Commodore's in there. Retro for You's in there. Joseph Retro Bits is in there. Retro Crazy Duncan is in there. Tim Retro Corner is in there. Mark Fixit stuff is in there. So yeah, come on guys, come and join us in Discord. Come and see the behind the scenes. We have a selling part in there as well, so if things have got for sale, if you've got things that you want to sell, you're welcome to put it in there. There's also, the list goes on. And there is an opportunity of being randomly picked to come on to one of the live streams that we do on the end of every month, to come and have a chat with us for a short time. So that's it for this week, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!